Okay, let's unpack this. Today we're doing a deep dive into some pretty fascinating source material. It's for a project imagining a wrestling match that never quite happened like this. A total what-if scenario, really.
Specifically, the source outlines a narrative concept, and it's built around a fantasy match between two, well, absolute titans of the wrestling world, Stone Cold Steve Austin and Goldberg.
Yeah, huge names. And this isn't just happening anywhere either. The source, it proposes setting this clash during the legendary Monday Night Wars era.
Right in the thick of it.
Inside the iconic WCW Monday Nitro Arena, just a standard match pitting the face of WWF's Attitude Era against WCW's, well, seemingly unstoppable force.
Exactly. And the source material we have, it details how to generate this specific narrative. It notes this concept is intended for a YouTube video series brought to you by a project or group, referred to in the source as the Artificial Intelligence Wrestling Alliance, the A.I.W.A.
Right, the A.I.W.A. So our mission in this deep dive is basically to pull out the key nuggets, the insights from this source, to kind of understand how it plans to blend wrestling fact with, well, pure fantasy. How does it actually do that, to build the tension and atmosphere for this dream scenario?
Right. Well, the source starts by leveraging that really potent historical period, the Monday Night Wars, the tension of that era, the real competition between WWF and WCW, that immediately grounds the fantasy. So by placing Austin, who was the ultimate WWF guy then, inside WCW's flagship show, Nitro, the source instantly creates this high-stakes, almost kind of forbidden scenario.
That's where the fantasy really kicks in strong, isn't it? Austin actually invading Nitro during its peak. I mean, wow, that taps into such a powerful wrestling fan desire. That dream match idea from that specific time.
Definitely.
So how does the source suggest they build the hype from that?
Well, the source outlines the desired build-up and the hype package tone. It says it should be exciting and, definitely slightly over the top, which totally fits the era, right? Yeah. But critically, it still needs to be grounded in wrestling logic. It specifically mentions creating a narrative that feels like moods you'd find in video games, or maybe those classic "what would happen if" style stories we all used to debate, on the playground or online.
Okay, so it's about capturing that speculative energy. It sounds like the source focuses a lot on just setting the stage using the real history of the wars and these characters, these huge personas, to make the hypothetical invasion feel impactful.
Exactly.
Does it also get into the specifics of the match itself, like how it would go down?
It does, at least conceptually. The source details the need to consider the in-ring aspects. It explicitly asks about the tactics each competitor would use. In this hypothetical scenario, how would Austin approach a dominant force like Goldberg? How would Goldberg handle the cunning, maybe rule-breaking style of Stone Cold?
Right, the brawling versus the power.
And
it directly poses the ultimate question: who would actually win this specific Nitro showdown? Interesting. So the source isn't just creating the what-if moment. It's prompting a deeper dive into how the match might unfold based on their established wrestling personas and styles. It really wants to explore the logical conclusion, even if it's, fictional.
Exactly. It's using the real-world foundation, the wrestlers' known abilities, their characters, the historical context of the rivalry between the promotions, and, crucially, the fact that Austin and Goldberg did eventually meet, much later, of course.
For different circumstances entirely.
Right, and it merges all that with this specific, impossible moment in time, Austin on Nitro and the Wars, to create a really compelling narrative challenge.
Okay, so we've kind of explored how the source material proposes creating this compelling fantasy. It merges the real history, like them eventually meeting, with this specific fantasy scenario, Austin invading WCW Nitro during the Monday Night Wars to set it all up. All framed with that particular hype tone and a focus on, like you said, the in-ring tactics.
And this raises, I think, an important question for you, the listener, about how fictional narratives like this are constructed, how they use these real-world foundations.
Yeah. Here's where it gets really interesting. Just considering how we build these what-if scenarios, picking elements from reality and slotting them into these new imagined contexts. It's fascinating stuff.
So what does this all mean, then? Based on the source material's approach, what do you think is the most crucial element? Is it the historical facts it leverages, or is it the creative fantasy scenario it actually constructs? What makes a hypothetical match like this feel truly exciting and, maybe more importantly, believable?
What's coming next? A back suplex. Oh, targeting the stomach. Gosh. suplex. And landing with the double axe handle.
His body is dealing with a lot of stress here.
That's the sort of aggressive assault you expect from the Texas Rattlesnake.
Stone Cold has taken command.
Like I was saying, Austin is sticking to the classics and rocking the competition. And he's letting his prey stumble right into his trap.
Big back body drop.
You see that height on that? Uh-oh. So hard into the ring post. Stop after stop. Look at Austin go. Austin's not stopping. Leading a buckle here.
And Austin gets stopped in his tracks.
Puts the boot to the midsection. Not the time to wallow in disbelief. Pressure must be kept on.
Oh, stomping away. Austin applying the pressure.
Austin's got the pedal to the metal.
Elbow drop.
A hailstorm's coming, courtesy of the Texas Rattlesnake. Austin will stop. Will Stone Cold end this?
Makes a cover. Oh, he kicked out.
I do not know how you survive that. Staying alive there is unheard of.
Austin has put away so many opponents like this before, but tonight is going to be a tougher battle for the Rattlesnake.
And he is finally able to mount some resistance with that. Yeah, he had enough and fought back.
He's heading to the outside. Better watch for the referee's count. Picked up and being carried around now.
Oh, this is going to be ugly, guys. Look out!
And well-timed maneuver there. This is not looking good for him.
Yeah, he's got to find some respite here.
These competitors have been unloading on each other since the bell, just looking for that window of opportunity.
And now might be the time to seize the moment. Now's the time to keep the fun. He's in a bad place. This is where it could all end. Launching. Misses big time. Vicious right forearm. Lariat. Stalking his prey. Ready to strike. Huge clothesline delivered. Quick thinking, managing to duck out of the way, delivers a nice back body drop. Looking. Oh, what a jarring spine buster.
And once again, Austin hit with a hard shot from the competition.
Austin being tested in a way he rarely has over the course of his career. Clothesline. Hold on. He's just measuring him now.
This is going to be nasty. There's the power into the...
Driven down with a jackhammer. Is that enough to take out Austin?
That will end it. We've got some time to take another look at some of the highlights from that one.
here is your winner, Goldberg.
A surprising upset here for Austin.
Austin forced to leave the ring with a bruised ego. This loss won't sit well with him.